Hi, my name is Cold Beer and let's start with Terminator Dark Fate Defiance. This is a real-time strategy game that follows the war between humanity and Legion's synthetic intelligent machine network. And Legion is another AI that emerged after Skynet was erased from existence. You know, the franchise needed an enemy, and to be honest, new enemy is always better than...
Somehow Palpatine returned.
So in the campaign you will take the role of a commander in the Founders, a force made up of the remnants of the US military. You will guide your army in an attempt to mess a little with the Legion's plan to exterminate the last remnants of humanity. So in this near future, both in game timeline and in our real world probably as well, you will have to show that evil ChatGPT who the real boss is. And in skirmish and multiplayer modes you can choose one of three very diverse factions: Founders, Movement and Legion itself. You will often use the battlefield to your advantage. Physics-based building demolition lets you generate a realistic set of tactical consequences, especially in urban areas. Your resources here are limited, so every obstacle can serve to your advantage. People who play the game are agreeing that this is a very focused RTS, with challenging tactical mechanics and great storyline. The downside is that Terminator Dark Fate Defiance punishes you for mistakes a bit too harshly, and it is quite buggy. But developers are constantly, at least when I wrote the short review, updating the game and fixing various stuff, so it will only get better. 9-bit Armies, a bit too far. Most of us know the 8-bit RTS series, and this is the latest game in the franchise. It is so fresh that it is still in early access, but the game already has a great review score hovering around 90%. In 9-bit Armies you will rally your military forces across a variety of battlefields and act out your strategy over land, sea and air. Yeah, the holy trinity of every good RTS game. You will deploy your airborne soldiers, destroy bridges and aim your super weapons at your puny enemies. You can also join others online, playing together with your friends in co-op campaigns or against them in a mix of skirmishes supporting up to 8 players. The game is filled with various innovations like swimming infantry or sharks who can eat them, but the UI and whole setting looks and feels very close to Command & Conquer, so you will feel right at home here. 9-bit Armies will provide a bit better and smoother gameplay, better map layouts and medal system kinda similar to StarCraft 2 campaign achievements. You can download new maps and mods with full Steam Workshop integration and discover new ways to render all to burning bits and bytes. You can also upload your own mods and maps to share with friends and foes alike. Game also supports LAN PvP, so you can organize wild parties with your friends and keep your virginity safe like never before. Halo Wars Definitive Edition. Title includes improved graphics, new achievements and all the DLCs from the original game. Here you can experience the campaign or compete in online multiplayer battles. It is a surprisingly solid traditional base building RTS. Game has 91% of positive review score on Steam. It's hard to ignore this number, it may not be a masterpiece, but it's definitely one of the best RTS games out there. The downside is that almost nobody is playing online anymore. You have to have a friend to test your might in PvP matches, or you know, a mother-in-law. Also, I have to stress out that the game is oriented for those who know what Halo is, but the knowledge is not necessary to play. So if you can manage to snatch Halo Wars on sale, it's a win. StarCraft 2. So if you somehow avoided StarCraft 2 in your life, I envy you so much. I have sunk about 5,000 hours into this game and I regret nothing. StarCraft 2 was basically the only game I played for 3 years after its initial release and continue to do that occasionally for many years after as well. And the best part of StarCraft 2 is that now it is free. Well, I paid good money for it back then, but now you don't have to. Multiplayer is free and the first full campaign with Terrans is free as well. If you think that StarCraft 2 is dead because it's an old game, you are more than wrong. About 35 to 50,000 players log into StarCraft 2 every day and play at least one game. That is not much if you compare it with the giants of the gaming world, but it is far away from dead as well. I think with the upcoming release of Stormgate, which is being developed by the former Blizzard employees, things may change and StarCraft 2 may really die, but so far it is alive as ever. From Glory to Goo. It may not be the prettiest RTS, but it is for sure one of the most entertaining ones. This is a sci-fi survival strategy set on an alien world. You will serve as humanity's pioneer by establishing a colony and supporting your colonies still in orbit. But beware, the goo, a relentless shape-shifting force, approaches from all sides, even above and below. Basically, you will have to build your colony to repel local horrors who are not very fond of uninvited guests. But if you look at this philosophically, you will realize that the real monster here is you. You came here, you destroyed their beautiful landscape with your pathetic buildings that are making energy out of their plants and animals and filtering your piss so you could have drinking water. They have a right to be angry, and they use that right quite excessively. The game is single player only. It includes 23 Steam achievements and multiple factions with units and buildings you can use. You know, ally or destroy depending on your captain and biome. Bad reviews are rare. Most of the people who play the game are saying that it is not perfect but really entertaining. What else you may want? Beyond All Reason. This is a free open-source real-time strategy game created to uphold the legacy of Total Annihilation and similar old-school games. Although the game is not finished yet, it is currently in playable open alpha with the multiplayer gameplay nearing a finalized state, meaning that you can just go to beyondallreason.info, download the client and play the game absolutely free. It is being updated on a daily basis in terms of the client and infrastructure, and the development team is working on a single-player campaign as well. Now it offers ordinary skirmishes, 2 survival modes and a bunch of simple scenarios, and probably much more because it is evolving every day. Also, if you feel like an RTS pro, you can participate in tournaments and earn money. So far the game is not available on Steam, but developers said that it will be in the future. Retro Commander. Okay, this looks like a complete Red Alert ripoff, but honestly I can see only advantages in that. Here you'll encounter a challenging AI for single-player games, including co-op play with the AI, cross-platform multiplayer over LAN or internet, including co-op, team and clan games. The campaign will tell you a story about humanity after a cataclysmic event and will let you control various units, including infantry, tanks, jets, helicopters, airships, warships, penis throwers, submarines and many more. Well, maybe not all of them, but you never know. Dune 2000. Arrakis awaits you, a sand planet with famous giant underground sandworms who can easily eat the biggest units you got. This force majeure element is absolutely amazing and will keep you on your toes while fighting on dunes. The game itself is made with a similar engine as a famous Command & Conquer Red Alert game, and honestly we can call it a clone of it, just with a few additional features and visuals. If you are a fan of the books or a recent movie, you will probably be delighted to hear that Dune 2000 is officially a free game, unlike the movies or the books. Just Google OpenRA and thank me later. Remastered version easily run on modern PCs, and you can even play multiplayer. Lobbies are full of players. Planetary Annihilation Titans. Here you can play the game alone and rule your pathetic planet on a traditional real-time strategy campaign, or dive into multiplayer battles and sacrifice your dignity and self-esteem to much better players. Game was released about 8 years ago, so you can imagine how many better players Planetary Annihilation has bred, how many eggs of much better players it has laid, and how many of them had hatched. Now it's too late to burn the nest with fire, you will have to take them all one-on-one like a hero you are never meant to be. And believe me, some of those players are still in the game. As for recent months, about 300 players are in game at all times, so you will not feel alone here, and that is a good thing. Titans also has pretty good AI which can surprise you with ingenious decisions, like detonating their own homeworld in hopes to kill your commander. Go big or go home, they say, except when you blow up your homeworld you don't have home to go to, so you can go only big.
Oh, the puns.
Shut up, I'm really proud of this sentence. Anyway, reviews on Steam are very positive, so I think you can give it a try without many thoughts given. But better put it into your wishlist and wait for a sale, because then it costs about €6 or dollars. And for an RTS game with very positive reviews, it's an amazing deal. Homeworld Deserts of Kharak. A ground-based RTS prequel to the classic Homeworld games. It has nice graphics, great special effects and good gameplay in general. But do not expect miracles, campaign is only 13 missions long and it's quite easy. You can beat it in a day, so put it into your wishlist and wait for a sale. I just checked, on the last Steam sale it had 90% discount and cost less than €5 or dollars. That is a great deal, you can't deny that. Here an interesting story, fantastic desert setting and beautiful music makes this game one of the candidates to occupy occupy your time. Just don't buy this game if you are interested in multiplayer. Nobody plays it, it's dead. Just like your hopes for your boss to increase your salary. 0K. You'll construct giant robots and move mountains if needed. Conquer the enemy at all costs. This is a traditional real-time strategy with physically simulated units and projectiles. You'll control over 100 different units with unique abilities, including cloaking, jump jets, and terrain manipulation. And no, this is not just a multiplayer game with scarce solo content. You'll find more than 70 missions in campaigns to be enjoyed alone or co-op with friends. Also, you'll find a challenging AI, which is nothing like your wife, you know, because 0K's AI doesn't cheat. And if you tend to play with friends, you will find plenty of multiplayer content as well. Free-for-all, co-op, ladders, replays, spectators, and tournaments. The game is really free with no paid advantages, and it has very positive reviews on Steam. Also, don't forget that every month on Humble Bundle you can get 8 Steam games for just €10. Games are different every month, so don't hesitate, click on my affiliate link in the description and in the first pinned comment below and check what offer is available right now. Probably something great, I have no doubt. And now, thank you for watching, have a nice day, and I'll see you next time. Also, subscribe. Just do it.